You can trust your intuition, babes. It's only ever going to be you and your intuition and the Most High. I think that's the real deal. What's happening? It's Jasiah, and my life lately, I just need to start documenting. Did you hear that? I don't know if you heard that in the back, but that was a really loud car. Confirmation to just start documenting my life. So, if you know me, I'm Jasiah. And I live life through the eyes of the universe. I don't even live life through my own eyes anymore. I've just come to that realization for myself. Like, literally, I'm quitting my dream job right now because I don't want to say I feel like it, but I have a feeling. And this is a message to every and any version of myself right now. You can trust your intuition, babes. It's only ever going to be you and your intuition and the Most High. And the relationship you build with not just yourself, but with your intuition is the relationship that you are directly building with the Most High, because your intuition is the Most High. Excuse me. Everything else is just your ego trying to save face. And one thing about it, you heard that? We do not save face. We don't save face. Yes, humility is key. Being humble and understanding that no one is better than the next. But are you better than the last version of yourself that you were a couple months ago? And the answer better be yes every single time. So, my love, this is permission for you to just trust your intuition. Trust what was your first instinct and don't double back on it, because to double back and to think that your first instinct was incorrect is essentially you believing that what you have to say, your first instinct, your capabilities, is not valid enough, when you don't need anything outside of you ever to confirm that your decision is the right decision because of you, because you said it. And that's it. You don't need anything outside of you to tell you that what you're doing is the right path, what you're doing is correct. It may feel nice to hear it, but at the end of the day, no one is going where you're going. So for you to even try to get this external validation outside of you is 1, 2, 3, all points hitting, not necessary. And I'm gonna say this because you came to this realization today, and I love that for you, and you better hold this for every version of yourself that you become in the future, my love. You are not a product of your environment. No, you're not. You're not a product of your environment. So don't you try to seek comfort in that environment. Don't try to get that external validation from that environment. You were never meant to grow in that environment and continue growing. You're meant to grow, outgrow, and venture off into a new environment. Like always, evolution, my love. So don't sit and try to justify the reason why you're trying to gain this validation from anywhere outside of you. Okay? Your environment's not meant to understand you. Your environment is not meant to comfort you. You know why? Because that same environment is what created you to venture out to find new. That same environment is the environment that was cultivated for you to get familiar with how it feels to be uncomfortable, so you know that when you're making steps into the future, the goal is to never be there again. So to never be in that environment, to never be in that reality again, can't contradict yourself and try to gain comfort in that same space. So you're not going to find comfort in the places that were meant to be uncomfortable so that you'll never come back to it again. You're not a product of your environment. And I need to keep telling you that because, my love, it's so easy to just get sucked back into wanting that comfort from what's familiar, from your environment, from that of which has quite literally created you. And that's beautiful. It created you, but you're not a product of it. You're not a direct reflection of that environment, of all that it is. That's a limitation. You know, how do we feel about limitations? We don't feel no ways about them at all, actually, because it don't exist in my reality. A limit? What is that? But yes, permission for you to trust your intuition, your first instinct. And let me tell you this. If it's not looking your way, if it's not going as it's planned, it's not meant to. It's not what the divine wants. It's not what the Most High wants. So just go with it. Flow with it. It's all you can do. And trust your instinct. It's all you can do. The more you trust your instinct, the more you go with your first thought. It may not look right in that moment. It may not feel as if it's going to lead you down the path that is all you desire in that moment. But I promise you, your first instinct was instilled into you and you had it for a reason. So give yourself that permission and give yourself the beauty to follow that first instinct. And then from there, you allow the rest to unfold without the need to control, because your human brain is so human. It just wants control over everything. Your human brain is so human, and that's okay. That's beautiful. But it just wants control over everything. It wants to understand everything, and it wants to simply just be in a space of comfort. But you do the best in uncomfortable situations because you literally force yourself to find a way to get comfortable again. And you know that. You know that, though. I don't have to remind you that. Like, yeah. Give yourself permission to trust your instinct. And I don't even want to say if it doesn't go your way. I don't even want to say if it's not looking how you want it to look. But a reminder to when it doesn't look the way you want it to look, to when it doesn't go the way that you planned it to go. Know that, as cliche as it sounds, everything happens for a reason, and you've been proven that in the past multiple times over again. But also know that no matter how it looks right now, no matter how it looks with what you're doing, you will always end up in the right place, in the right space, at the right time, doing right what you need to be doing. Because you're a creature of this beautiful earth, and you are an unstoppable force of nature who is divinely aligned, and you are most definitely divinely aligned when you're following your first instinct rather than following that of which is trying to save face, that of which is trying to save you from embarrassment, that of which is trying to save you from humility. Sometimes you need to be humbled. Sometimes you need to go through the embarrassment. Sometimes you need to be an example of being embarrassed so the next doesn't feel so embarrassed, because you can take it, but the next doesn't think they can take it. But you set an example for the next by allowing yourself to just be that of which is being humiliated, being embraced in this humbleness, because in humbleness, you will find that you are no better than the next. And that's so beautiful, because you're not special. And I'm not sorry to say that, because you are just like everybody else. Everyone is the same as you. The thing that makes you different will be your character and how you show up and the value you put upon yourself. So in all means, think of yourself as special, but don't think of yourself in a manner. Don't think of yourself as better than the next, because you're not. No one is better than the next. No one is better than them. No one is better than him. No one's better than her. But instead, know that who you are, who you bring to the table, can never be duplicated. So in that, you find worth. But That doesn't make you special, but it just makes you not replaceable and authentic, which, if you ask me, is special. I just really have a thing against being labeled as special because I don't think anyone is really not necessarily special. I think some bring more value to a table than the next, but value is in the eyes of the beholder. So, yeah, give yourself permission to trust your first instinct, to trust your intuition, because that's literally divinely given to you. It's a gift as a human to be given intuition. That's beautiful. It's our fight or flight nervous system, and along with our fight or flight nervous system, it's our emotional state of well-being. So a lot of the times your first instinct is correct. You start to think about your ego, you start to think about saving face, you don't want to be embarrassed, so you turn around and you go and think about it again. You go do the wrong thing, or you go, and there's no such thing as a wrong thing. I'm sorry. You're never going to do the wrong thing, my love. You're going to do the thing that was meant to unfold because you decided to let it unfold. Because you have free will. But you get to decide every day what you want certain decisions and certain actions to do for your reality. And so in that, you intentionally do these actions, you intentionally make these decisions in hopes that it goes your way. And when it doesn't go your way, your human mind is all baffled and mad, but understand that it's not going your way, but it's divinely unfolding an orchestration of events that are cultivated for your growth, not for your comfort, not for your ease, not for your benefit to materialism. The events that you want to unfold may not always be in benefit to your materialism, but that in itself serves its purpose, because if you are still focused on the materialism, if you're still focused on that of which is tangible, that of which is touchable, that of which you're able to enjoy the luxuries of, you're deprived of the real luxury, which is just living life, being able to make decisions and live it, not survive it, because get out that survival mode. So real quick, real fast, it's okay to trust your intuition. It's okay if you trusted your intuition and you feel as if you made a mistake. Remember, my love, there are no mistakes. There are lessons. There are lessons, there are lessons, there are lessons. What did you learn? And when you trusted that first instinct, don't get mad at yourself for that. Instead, hold grace, put your chest up, start throwing them. You feel me? But no, really, like, mistakes don't exist. Lessons do. And your first instinct will never truly be wrong. It won't. It won't. It's literally divinely given to you. So if you feel as though it's wrong, you need to look at your worth. You need to look at how you view yourself. You need to look at what you believe you're capable of, because that is where you feel your intuition is wrong. There's something within your self-concept, within your self-worth, within what you believe you desire and deserve that is making you feel as though your intuition is incorrect, because it's never. Your intuition, your first instinct is never wrong, baby. Listen to it. Once you start listening to it, you start listening to yourself. Once you start listening to yourself, you cultivate a relationship with yourself, your intuition, and the divine, and that's beautiful. Mwah, 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 mwah. Later, loves.